Who was Jolissa Fuentes? What happened to her on the day that she drove her car over a 500-foot cliff? Who was she? In this video, we will find out. And with that, let's get into Jolissa Fuentes and the timeline of her event on that tragic day. We are going to start at 8 p.m. on Saturday, August 6th, 2022. Jolissa arrived at a family gathering. She left the gathering at around 3 a.m. the following morning to grab some belongings from her house. I've always wondered, and I thought, and it's always the what ifs, right, everyone? Why did she just not stay home? She decided to head over to the gas station near Highland and Nebraska Avenue. In Selma, California, we see her in the store on a surveillance camera. She goes in, she buys a wrap to roll a marijuana joint, and getting into her car as she leaves, turning westbound on Nebraska as she drove away. Jolissa's father, Joey, and her mother, Norman, said that Jolissa should have turned eastbound in order to drive back home to her grandmother's house. Was that when she was on her way to Pine Flat Lake to go there and think and hang out like her sister said she enjoyed doing? I don't know. Did she meet somebody? I don't know. I am not sure that we will ever know if she did or she didn't. In the gas station parking lot pictures and the CCTV, it does appear to me that Jolissa Fuentes does seem to be alone, even though you cannot really see inside of her tinted windows and it's dark. But I still think of that kid that walked out before her and went to the left. Jolissa goes to the right, but she stops and gives him that, hey, you're kind of cute, or thinking maybe she knew him. I do not know. I am just speculating. Also, another what if or why is at 5:24 and at 5:25, Jolissa actually tried to FaceTime her sister, but the calls were unanswered. Would it have been a different turnout if Jolissa's sister answered those FaceTime messages? The what ifs in some of these cases, it just infuriate me. 8 p.m. Sunday night, Jolissa Fuentes was listed as a missing person from the Selma Police Department. Monday, August 8th, 2022, the department launches an investigation into Jolissa's disappearance, and this is when they get that emergency ping on her cell phone. But that was the last ping that they ever received, and we know that ping was out by the lake. And from that moment on, Jolissa's parents, amazing family, they did their daily searches. We know that Doug from No Thanks went out there and flew the drone, and people just started to search Fresno County, Selma, looking for a missing 22-year-old, a beautiful Jolissa Fuentes. Tuesday, August 9th, 2022, detectives began following up on tips provided by Jolissa's family. They took drones to search the area around the AM/PM store where Jolissa was last seen. Detectives served several search warrants for data related to Jolissa's social media, banking, and online accounts, looking for any evidence of a digital footprint. They stated that it's very rare that a 22-year-old girl would have no digital footprint, cell phone, social media, bank cards, anything of that nature, Chief Alcaraz said. Jolissa's family was adamant that this was not normal behavior for Jolissa, which brought a lot of concern. Thursday, August 11th, 2022, the police department received the records from Jolissa's phone company showing that her phone traveled through Sanger and pinged at a cell tower in the area of Avocado Lake and Pine Flat Lake. Search and rescue crews from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office combed through the remote area near both lakes on the ground and air using a helicopter. Monday, August 22nd, the Selma Police Department held a press conference to discuss the Jolissa missing a person case. Selma police officials continued to analyze the digital data. The data was sent to the Sheriff's Office, Fresno Police Department, and FBI to further review the information. The following Thursday, Adventures with Purpose arrived in Fresno County to join the search for Jolissa. And we know, unfortunately, that they checked Avocado and a Big Pine Flat, and they did not believe that Jolissa or her vehicle were in those lakes. For more than 2 months, her family, the friends, the community, social media, web sleuths, everyone continued to talk about Jolissa and wonder where she was. Did somebody get her? Was she in one of those crop fields? Did Adventures with Purpose miss her? Was she in the lake? What was the end result going to be? I never thought that this was going to be the end of Jolissa's story. Chief Rudy Alcaraz decided to take one more ride out there to where Jolissa's phone last pinged. Chief Rudy Alcaraz decided to get out of his car and to walk the edge of that highway. No guardrail, no shoulder, and he saw tire tracks that were going down. And he made a phone call into the headquarters. On Monday, October 10th, 2022, searchers found Jolissa's car, her body, and her belongings in a ravine near Pine Flat Lake. She went through a vegetation and off a cliff. The search and rescue team members had to actually rappel down to reach Jolissa. Chief Alcaraz also stated it was a single car accident and no foul play is suspected. I do know that they are doing an autopsy on Jolissa, and I'm sure by now the coroner's office has confirmed her identity, but it's just very sad. But I will say that Police Chief Rudy Alcaraz is definitely a hero, and Jolissa's father asking him to please help me find my baby girl as if she was your own, and he found her. It's a bittersweet story. She had so much ahead of her. She was a beautiful girl, 22, and just a tragic accident. Or was there somebody following her that scared her, that made her go off the road? I'm not sure if the proof to those questions will ever be answered. Let's end this with a few words from Jolissa Fuentes' family. Fly high, Jolissa. Rest in heaven, a baby girl.
We thank God that we have closure. And now we know that she's with the Lord.
He promised me he was going to find my daughter. He didn't tell me, he couldn't tell me when, but he was going to find her. And he was the one that found her. He was the man of his word.
At least no one had her, selling her out there, using her. God took her. God took her. It was an ugly way she died, but I know God took her right away. I know she didn't suffer.